So you got 30 grand in your pocket. You want a sports car that'll be all around pretty good, straight line around the track. Well, look no farther than the Chevrolet C6 Z06. That's what we're going to be talking about in this video. So let's get into this thing. Let's go. Alright, so the C6 Z06 was introduced first in 2005, and when this car hit the streets, it was a game changer for Chevrolet. I mean, this car went against supercars like the Lamborghini Gallardo, it went against the 997 Turbo, and it held its ground against those cars, either standing right next to it or beating it with the right driver behind the wheel. Even up to today's standard, these cars are still considered pretty quick, and with some simple mods, you can easily get these cars up to 600 wheel horsepower. But before we get into like the modding and all that stuff, let's just go back to the stock numbers, read these out. Alright, so stock right from the factory, this car comes with 505 horsepower and 470 pound-foot of torque, which is pretty solid. Even though we have a lot faster cars today, that's still pretty solid in my opinion. And that's coming from a 7-liter naturally aspirated V8. For those of people who don't want to have everything that's just turbo or whatever, naturally aspirated V8, and it only weighed 3,100 pounds. So 505 horsepower. Even though it's solid today, it's not the fastest thing. That in a car that only weighs 3,100 pounds is mental. And this car sounded so good. That 7-liter naturally aspirated V8. Just listen to it. Exactly, right? With the cam and all that stuff, and exhaust, I think sounds insane. It just sounds mental. Now anyhow, I'm just gonna compare it to some of its competitors right quick. So the Z06 started at $66,000. And I'm just gonna compare it to the Porsche 997 Turbo for the sake of this comparison, because the performance and all that stuff was similar. The horsepower and all that stuff, the numbers were similar. Let me just say right off the bat, before somebody, I know there's going to be the comment if I don't make this disclaimer. I'm not saying that as a Chevrolet GM car, C06, American, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying that it's better than a Porsche 911 Turbo, because of course, a Corvette, like a C6 Corvette is not going to match up to a Porsche in driving experience and all that stuff. Although it could beat it, and it could still be a fun driving experience, it's still not a Porsche when the quality of the interior materials and just a Porsche experience is different than the Corvette experience. So I'm not saying that this car is better overall. I'm just saying for the money for performance is what I'm talking about here. So now continuing back to my original point, the Z06 started at $66,000 and the Porsche 997 started at $137,000. So that's about double. Yeah, about double the price. A little under. Yeah, that's actually about double the price and then a little bit more, a few thousand more. You didn't get double the performance and then some though. So the 997 Turbo had 473 horsepower and 502 pound-foot of torque. And it was all-wheel drive coming from, I think, an inline-6 engine. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. Flat 6 inline-6. I'm so sorry. I don't exactly remember at the moment what Porsche, the engine Porsche uses, and I don't have it right here. So sorry about that if I don't remember exactly what it is. I'll put it on the bottom of the screen right now what it actually was, the engine. But anyhow, so it had 473 horsepower, 502 pound-foot of torque, and the car was all-wheel drive, which gave it a big advantage off the line. And of course, it had Porsche's PDK transmission, which is one of the best automatic, dual clutch, whatever, the best non-manual, one of the best non-manual transmissions out there. So anyhow, yeah, so that car was $137,000, and the performance was not that much bigger. So the Z06's stock could run with a 997, and once you modded it like cam, whatever, basically full bolt-on and maybe an exhaust or whatever, these cars could smoke a 997, a stock 997, of course. And even with the 997, a little bit of work into it. Plus, with a 997, you don't want to just go full 1,000 horsepower and all that stuff, because once you start building those cars to that crazy point, you lose the reliability. And these full bolt-on Z06s were still pretty reliable. Speaking of reliability, they had one valve issue. The owners talk about that issue gets sorted out, or you sort that issue out, make sure it's all good. Which was an easy fix, like $2,000 to $3,000. The owner said to fix that, and then you had a pretty good car that would run all day, give you no problems. So now, yeah, so the Z06 was basically the it wasn't a super. The C6 was the C8 before the C8. The C8 has just recently started hitting the streets. Unfortunately, due to this COVID-19 pandemic, there hasn't been too much stuff going on with it, like at the track and all that stuff, because a lot of them are closed because of what's going on in the world right now. But I think the C8, once the world world opens back up again, and you could get these cars out on the track and all that stuff, and out the straight line, I think they'll be pretty good performers. They might not be as insane as the Z06, like being able to beat Porsche 911, the new Porsche 911 Turbo versus the C8. I doubt it would beat it. Although it could be a good run, I don't know, maybe. But basically, the C6 Z06 was the C8 before the C8. This car was like the middle class for a middle class man. It was an achievable car that gave you really good performance. Now your average middle class man couldn't afford a $140,000 car like the Porsche 997 Turbo, but they could get the Z06 and they could get that same amount of power, well, and a little bit more of the power, and they could still go really fast, and they could have the satisfaction of saying, hey, I beat this guy in his $140,000 car with my $60,000 car, which was a big part of it. And this car could even go against Gallardo's. Like, just watch this clip. Exactly. Like this, you would think that this car would be a competitor more geared towards like the Dodge Viper, because they're both American. I don't know what you would call it, American sports cars, I guess, because essentially so is a Challenger and a Camaro, but it's not the same. You think that the competitor would be the Dodge Viper, but the Dodge Viper couldn't put the power down the same as the Z06 could. And the Z06 was a good track. The Z06 was good in a straight line and the track, which made it a great car. And the thing that you can get this car now for $30,000. Like, look at this listing. Okay, so I'm here on cars.com. And now a few listings they have here for like 30,000 and under. And I'm not even gonna look at these listings, because if it's like 30,000, there could be a lot of problems with the car. But I'm just gonna go down through these listings. Now usually you want to find a car with like low mileage. So I'll put for 50,000 and less. Because if a car has too low mileage, it's probably gonna be expensive. But let's just take a look at some of these listings. All right, here we go. This one has 17,000 miles. Okay, 2007 Z06. Okay, this is interesting. That's really low mileage. So let's see if there's anything wrong with the car. Clean Carfax, blah 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 blah. Okay. So it's yellow. I don't really know if that's a desirable color. I mean, not personally my preferable choice, but yeah, manual transmission. So seems like a decent spec car. Let me just double check that Carfax they're talking about. I'll make sure everything's good there. Okay, so here's the Carfax. No accidents reported. No damage. 2 owners. So not bad. 2 owners, but still low mileage car. Seems like the car is in service very well at all the Chevrolet dealerships. So that's a good thing. So yeah, the car seems pretty good. The only thing is the valve issue that I mentioned before. You're gonna want to check with that with any car you're buying. But otherwise the car seems like a clean car. So there you go, for $33,000, 505 horsepower car, manual transmission, rear wheel drive, a lot of fun, and with some easy mods that you can actually make it to compete with some modern day cars, and even stock, still amazing track monster. So there you go, for $33,000. $33,000, I don't think you're gonna beat that. That car was a clean car, clean title, nothing wrong with it. You already saw the Carfax. And to think that now you can pick up that car for $30,000, it's an amazing bargain. And that car was probably like a more of a simple, basic one. But if you want a car with a little bit more options, a little bit newer, if you go up to like the high 30s, early 40s, you can get like a better option one or a newer one. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up this video. What are you guys' thoughts? Do you guys like the C6 Z06? Personally, I really love the car. It sounds amazing. It looks great, especially done up like lower with wheels and all that stuff. It looks amazing, and it's a great performer. What are your thoughts? If you had $30,000, what is a car that you think could compete with the C6 Z06 for the same price? But don't come at me in the comments, please, with like some totally unreliable old like 1989. Like please don't do that. Like something that's a modern day, semi-modern day car that can compete with the C6 Z06 for the same price range. I'd love to hear what you guys think. But anyhow, this is Cameron here from ReaneVisuals. Thank you guys for tuning in, and that's the end of this video.